Find out next on Madden Football.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Huskies of Anchorage taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for visiting Anchorage, they come in after a win last week, and it had been some time since we said that. That broke a night. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Here's Walker to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 20 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
That is caught. It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Play action. It's Darnold. And it's caught. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he slings one that's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw.
also a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They just got to go seize it.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Out of the gun, Walker with it. He's to the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 60 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Huskies.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Parks. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I think he tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense. He's up over 1,200 yards now on the season. Had a touchdown on that last drive as well. Things continuing to trend in the right direction for this offense, but specifically, Charles, this running game.
And it all comes back to one word, doesn't it? Cohesion. Because you have to have that. Center, guards, tackles, tight ends. Some of the wide receivers being involved. Maybe a lead runner at times. Maybe a fullback. But all in all, those X's and O's on the grease board that look so nice, that turns into a jumble in real life. And these guys have to know what to do on the run, on the move. And they've done it well for them all year long.
On second down, Darnold into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this down to the 10. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now back to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. They'll try and pick it up by running the action to the right. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Huskies have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Darnold, this throw finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
Taking it right down Broadway. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Metcalf with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. The kick unit from the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. That one complete to Hill. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. This 2nd and 4. Back to throw again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And he's going to go down again. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's pulled in at the 32. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain it?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him. Maybe even have a 3rd person in the area and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Walker with a grab, left side. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where you see the final score there. Daniel Jones, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Laviska Shenault, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that one all tied. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This is taken at about the 14. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Darnold setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And he gets it down to the 32. 72 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Off of play action, Darnold. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Darnold now to throw. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup?
Touchdown! A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Huskies are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Meanwhile, Darnold's throw completed to Mechie. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest, and a first down. Now a draw play. It's Walker, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 16. A minute 52 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6 coming up.
6-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll He'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
12-yard line.
Here comes second down. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. That fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the victory here for Seattle. I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for the Seahawks, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Anchorage, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for